think you guys need to know the story of this crazy weeb that lived in my building in uni. She was one of a thin, greasy, somewhat disgusting, and socially awkward kind of weeaboos, and she lived at the very end of my floor. You had to walk by her door to get access to the stairwell, but that wasn't much of a problem because everyone used the elevator anyway. A few things she did included tripping the fire alarm during Dead Week because it's just so quiet, yeah? Spray painted her art projects in the hallway without laying down newspaper. Traced yaoi like Yami no Matsui, and stop and put drawings on her door so everyone could see them as they walked by. Attempted to start a massive torrent one day and got our whole building banned from the uni internet because torrenting wasn't allowed on campus. Was strict vegetarian because if she ate meat, then her spirit animal would get mad and bite her. She showed some of us the bite scars that she claimed were from her spirit wolf named Ruby Moon, but the veterinarian student on our floor called her out for self-inflicting them because they were obviously human. Shaved her pubes in a communal bathroom on our floor and left the hairball in the drain. She was a little weird, but she was otherwise somewhat bearable. If you left any food whatsoever in the refrigerator in the rec room though, you had to be prepared to come back for it not being there and only a sticky note saying, "Your food's been stolen by the great and wonderful Ninja Tan, nah?" So we, the 7 of us besides her, lived with it for a couple terms, but then shit started getting seriously strange. At one point, Ninja-chan got a boyfriend who just turned out to be one of the custodians in the building, but she started getting very clingy and obsessive, and when he started to get wary, she started going nutty, and had several screaming matches with him about how he didn't love her, and how he hated her so much and wanted to go die, yada yada. It ended up with her dumping him. That's when stuff started to go, missing. It started with small things, pencils, erasers, the occasional flash drive, or a small article of clothing. The only reason we thought that it was her is because everybody on the floor had something missing that they obviously couldn't explain the absence of. Eventually, the spree of things got into missing and getting stolen escalated to larger, more expensive things. The veterinary student, we'll call Vey, flipped his shit when his $500 course book went missing. Ella, who had been in the room right next to Ninja's, had most of things go missing. She had mysteriously lost an entire set of Prismacolor colored pencils that she needed for a 499 art class, and 3 missing massive sheets of 130-pound watercolor paper for a design class. So we all band together and tromped down the hall to Ninja-chan's room, and Vey just knocked down her door before he chewed her out a new one. She claimed that she had things taken from her as well, but wouldn't open the door wide enough for anybody to see inside. Vey was on a warpath though, and he barged right past her and into the room. What you had to understand about rooms in our building is that they were pretty decent sized. You'd have room for a bed, a table, and a TV hutch. The rooms came with a desk pre-installed under the window. Ninja-chan's room was completely papered in anime posters and wall scrolls, like wall to wall without gaps between them. She had a little bit of everything, and it was honestly insane. Her room was dark as hell because she had papered over the window with posters as well. All but 2 of her ceiling lights were blown out. I guess it was because she had a tiff with the custodians and he refused to fix shit for her. And it was dark as hell in her room. Faye immediately started turning her room upside down looking for his curse book, while Ninja-chan started cussing him out and yelling in broken Japanese at the rest of us. It was all pretty vanilla stuff, calling us mean temes and evil bakas while stamping her feet like a child. Faye finally found his textbook, and a USPS parcel with a shipping address on it to someone in a dorm at New York University. It was pretty easy to put 2 and 2 together at this point, and we pressed charges against her for that. Most of our stuff had already been sold at this point. Myself and Ala figured that that's how she financed her massive anime wallpaper undertaking, despite stealing food to fuel it herself and whining about affording her course books every term. Ninja-chan got into trouble. Academic suspension and her financial aid was revoked for a while, but everyone on our floor had our decent amount of stuff and money. Ella never got her colors back and had to buy a new set. But this isn't where it ends though. After a relatively calm summer term, in which Ninja-chan behaved herself, shit started going down. One of the guys on our floor found a dead cat in our refrigerator, and moved out immediately. A person in charge of the building thought it was a prank and just had the refrigerator bleached and told us not to worry about it. Then all the scissors in the building went missing. Every single pair. It took about 3 hours to find where they went, because that was when V came back and found every single pair stabbed into the drywall over his bed, spelling out one word: die. Nobody was too sure who did it, but everyone's scissors were returned and the holes in V's wall were spackled up by the custodian. Everything was decently quiet for the rest of the term, and while everyone on the floor acknowledged that it was probably been Nin-chan doing it, we figured that she had been in trouble and we let her be. This turned out to be a big mistake. It was this time that I started getting messages from a few friends on MySpace. This was before Facebook, asking why I had taken so long to come out of the closet. They were also asking why I had so many costumes, and if I was some kind of fetishist, and if they really knew me. I hadn't told anybody about my cosplaying, and that was because I never really saw a need to. When I asked them what they meant, they said that my girlfriend had been showing them a binder full of printed pictures of me, talking about how wonderful and talented her girlfriend was. A few of my friends were honestly confused as to why I was dating someone like Ninja-chan. So I put a stop to that shit real quick. Explained to my friends that I wasn't a lesbian, that I cosplayed for fun, and it wasn't a fetish. That I wasn't dating Ninja-chan, I had nothing to do with her. Then I went down the hall and confronted her about it. She got a little crazy at this point, screaming and whining to me about how her Sarah-chan wasn't meant to be so mean, desu ka, and ashiteru desu, Sarah-kan ashiteru, and stuff like that. Then she started explaining to me about why she loved me and how Ruby Moon, her spirit wolf, had told her that I loved her, and that we would always be together and shit like that. I told her flat out that I did not love her and never had, and snapped and yelled at her until I watched her throw out a binder full of printed pictures of me in cosplay, and all the pictures from my MySpace and a few badly traced drawings that I think were supposed to be me and her. She kept yelling at me, asking why I was so cruel to her and why I hated her so much, and I finally just left her be and went to call campus shrink to tell her that anything to be done with Ninja-chan's obsessive tendencies. The woman said that she couldn't do anything personally, so I let it be. In retrospect, yes, we did all go full retard concerning Ninja-chan. With the shit over, I went in with V and another guy from our floor, Don, to another floor to go watch a movie with some friends on their large TV. It was some slasher, so we didn't really react when we heard a lot of screaming. But a little while later, like halfway through the movie, somebody came up and told us that Ninja-chan had been attacked and was at the hospital on campus. Apparently someone pushed her down the access stairwell and she had broken her leg and received multiple cuts and bruises all over her body. Due to how long it had been since dealing with her, me and V and Don weren't really fazed by the news. It was terrible, yeah, but we weren't gonna go and bring her flowers or anything like that. So we invited the guy to finish the movie with us, and we made some more popcorn and forgot about Ninja-chan. It was about when the credits started rolling that the campus cops showed up looking for me. They went to my room first, and Ella sent them to the floor where we were watching movies on because she didn't know what was going on. They wanted to talk to me in questioning, because apparently Ninja-chan had said that I had beat her and that she wanted to break up with me. Vay and Dawn, as well as the rest of the room full of people, said that we had been watching a movie, and immediately came to my defense. I had been in the room with them when her screaming had started, and then when the guy came up and told us that she had been taken to the hospital. Basically, I hadn't moved from my spot on the couch since the movie had begun. I explained the situation to the campus cops. All about Ninja-chan telling people that she was dating me without my knowledge, about how she had a wolf named Ruby Moon that would tell her things, about her kleptomania and the thing with the scissors and Baby's walls and her obsessive tendencies. All this shit was enough to make the campus cops want to go back and talk to Ninja-chan again. After enough prompting and questioning, Ninja-chan eventually confessed that she had thrown herself down the stairs. She said that Ruby Moon had told her that if she did that, I would realize how much I loved her, and that I would stop denying it. She kept talking about how Ruby Moon told her that Vei was a Yukai, and that she had put on the floor by Satan to try to separate the two of us. Vei's room was, in fact, the one in between mine and hers, and that she would take things like his notes, socks, and try to cast spells by burning them to make him leave. She was getting into people's room with a master key that she had stolen from her custodian ex-boyfriend. At one point, one of my friends went through Ninja-chan's laptop and had found a shitload of Yuri porn with my face badly photoshopped onto one of the girls, and a lot of really crappy fanfiction about how we would go on crazy anime adventures and do ninja missions and have lesbian sex. She got medicated, moved out of our building, and I didn't see from her for a few terms. The next time I saw her, she had gained a lot of weight, dyed her hair pink, and had a large tattoo of a red wolf on her back. And I never saw her again after that.